Let's get a quick take on Governor Hickenlooper's selection for the Colorado Supreme Court that he announced this week. CU Professor Melissa Hart will fill the vacant seat left when Allison Ide was nominated by President Trump to serve on the 10th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. Patty Calhoun from Westward, I've heard a little bit of back and forth via social media about, I think, some predictable reactions. But what is your reaction to Melissa Hart being named to the Supreme Court?
Really smart choice. She is very smart herself. She's a good woman. She will be great on the court. In the interest of full disclosure, her mother sometimes plays poker with my group. But the coolest thing about Melissa Hart is that her grandfather is Archibald Cox, for those who are fans of the whole Watergate era.
That's pretty cool connections. I'm not sure if the Watergate connection or the connection to Patty's poker game is better, but either one's pretty good.
You can't hold that against Melissa.
David Kopel from the Independence Institute and DU Law School. Your thoughts, especially that she is replacing Allison Ide, who at least would not be considered progressive or liberal with her background. What do you think of the Melissa Hart being named to the court?
As Patty said, Melissa Hart is very nice. She's very smart. She is highly capable and competent, and she was also the furthest left choice available to Governor Hickenlooper, and that's what he chose. And to go from Allison Ide to Melissa Hart is going to push this court, I fear, even further from enforcing what the Colorado Constitution actually says, rather than using it as a pretext for whatever the leftist political agenda of the day is.
Eric Sodden, political analyst. We'd like to hope that folks out there probably can name most of the Supreme Court justices. I think the viewers of Colorado Inside Out probably know that. But when it comes to the Colorado Supreme Court, it's tougher to know the actual individuals and where they may go. Does this really lean it left? Is it always left anyway? What does this naming of Melissa Hart to the court do for the Colorado Supreme Court?
Well, if Governor Hickenlooper set out to pick Allison Ide's polar opposite, he found her. I echo everything David and Patty have said about the personal qualities and the intellect of this woman. But she is as left-leaning probably as Allison Ide was the right-leaning justice on the Supreme Court. On a personal level, very nice human being. My wife has had the privilege of teaching her kids here in Denver. But it will make a noticeable difference on the court, and it underscores the fact that elections matter, particularly gubernatorial elections. And we've had a left-leaning court to various degrees for a long period of time because we've had Democratic governors. Allison Ide was appointed by that lone Republican governor, Bill Owens, in a long streak of Democrats. And now John Hickenlooper, in his last year in office, has appointed Allison Ide opposite.
Penfield Tate, attorney at QTAC Rock, also a longtime state lawmaker. What do you think of the appointment and its ramifications for the Colorado Supreme Court?
Well, yeah, I agree with everything that's been said. I mean, the governor, one of the neat things about the job is you get to make these appointments, and in this case, you had three super qualified candidates. You couldn't go wrong with any of them. I think it's correct that Hart was probably the more liberal of the three, but she's clearly qualified, clearly capable, and is going to be a great addition to the court. And the governor didn't have a bad pick, and he made a good pick. And so I think it's going to work out well.